When do you think elections are decided? Is it on election day, when millions of people head to the polls? Well, what if I told you that the real battle is often fought months, or even years, before a single vote is cast? It all comes down to something we often take for granted: voter registration. Let's go back in time. After the Civil War and Reconstruction, a wave of suppression swept across the American South. New laws like poll taxes and so-called literacy tests were designed for one purpose: to keep Black Americans from voting. And they worked. By the early 1900s, millions of eligible voters were legally blocked from the ballot box. Their voices were silenced. But then, the civil rights movement ignited a fire for change. In the 1960s, organizations like the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, ORSNCC, and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., launched massive voter registration drives. They knew that true equality wasn't possible without political power. One of the most powerful and dangerous of these efforts was Freedom Summer in 1964. Hundreds of activists, both black and white, traveled to Mississippi, a state notorious for its brutal oppression, to help black citizens register to vote. The risks were enormous. They faced constant intimidation, violent attacks, and wrongful arrests. 3 civil rights workers, James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner, were even murdered for their work, but their sacrifice was not in vain. The bravery of these activists exposed the ugly truth of voter suppression to the entire nation and the world. The pressure became undeniable, and it directly helped push Congress to pass the landmark Voting Rights Act of 1965. This law was a game changer. It banned literacy tests and gave the federal government the power to oversee elections in states with a history of discrimination. The impact was immediate and dramatic. Here's a little-known fact that shows just how powerful this was. In Mississippi, black voter registration skyrocketed from a mere 6% in 1964 to nearly 60% just a few years later. Think about that leap, and with new voters came new outcomes. This shift completely reshaped local politics. Communities started voting out segregationist sheriffs. School boards began to change. And for the first time, state legislatures started to reflect the people they were supposed to represent. This history teaches us a vital lesson. Voter registration isn't just bureaucratic paperwork, it's power. It's the key that unlocks the door to the ballot box. Even today, modern campaigns invest millions in registration drives because they understand a simple truth: expanding the pool of voters can completely redefine who wins and whose voices are heard in the halls of power. History shows that when more people gain access to the ballot, the entire political landscape can shift. Democracy doesn't just happen on election day, it begins the moment someone decides to register. Thanks for watching Things You Didn't Know. If you learned something new, be sure to subscribe and share this video, because understanding our past is the best way to shape our future.